What's up everyone? This is my sumo deadlift day, and the plan for the day was to work up to a heavy single and hopefully get a PR. So you can see here, this is a warm-up 225 for 3, and then I warm up with 315 for 3. And you saw earlier in the video there, my buddy's over. I actually had a couple buddies over for the day just doing their programming, and his name's Steven. You're probably going to see him later in this video. Oh, there he is right there. This was 405 right here for a double. Again, just warming up to get to the heavy singles. So here is one of the first heavy singles, and this is 495 for 1. One thing I'd like to focus on, and I'm just going to take this note from this session, is my upper back tightness in the bottom position before I even start the lift. I tend to lose it, and then all of a sudden the lockout, which you're going to see right here, becomes extremely difficult. It's not like the weight, I could hold the weight forever. It's just like it doesn't lock out. It's kind of frustrating. So I'm going to improve my upper back tightness, and this was a 525 PR, but I'm going to redo it because you know what? It was like it was a half-ass gym PR. You know, I even hinged. So whenever that happens, I redo. Here we got 405, and I'm just doing some rep work with the straps, just trying to put in some extra effort for the day. Again, I'm having that issue with not having that upper back tight. It's like right here, I could actually get more in a position. You see my shoulders roll forward, and it's unnecessary. That's the word I can use for it. It's unnecessary. So what I'm going to do in the next session is really focus on that upper back tightness. Here I moved on to conventionals, and actually put on the Olympic lifting shoes I have, which are the Adidas Addy Powers, and I wanted to get that 1-inch deficit from them. So here I did, I believe this was 405 for 5, and I'm staying with the straps again. Now the reason I use these straps, and they're actually brand new, they're from a company called Rip Toned Fitness, or just Rip Toned. I don't know why I threw fitness on there. But yeah, no, basically I like to throw these on if I don't want to tear up my hands. Here you can see I'm doing some speed work with 315. And ideally, when I'm doing this, you know, after my heavier sets, I don't want to rip my hands open doing some basic speed work. So I'll throw on these straps just to preserve my hands and calluses and whatnot for the next session, because it's kind of frustrating when you do rip open things like that and when you do get those like minor setbacks. So just to avoid that, might as well play it safe, throw on some straps to finish up the session. And you can see here, this was actually, I was pretty fatigued at this point, as you can tell. A lot of this stuff, I didn't really take too much rest between the sets. I just wanted to get the work in and just get it done. So I think this was for 10. I can't even remember. If you rewind back and wanted to count them out, you're free to do so. But yeah, I was pretty drained. So after that, I moved on to some squats, and here we got 225 on the bar. Actually warmed up with 135. This was just the second warm-up set, and I just did this for 3. I just, again, wanted to maintain tight and keep a nice slow movement. No dive bombing. Hashtag no dive bomb. Here we got 315 on the bar in the back for some more squats, and my buddy's here again, and he's doing some power cleans. His programming is actually powerlifting focused, but it seems to have built in some explosive work, you know, through these power cleans. So he figured since he was over, he could take advantage of the bumper plates and, you know, rep out some of his programming. So that was pretty much it for the day. After this, I worked up to 365 for 2 sets of 2, and called it a day. I was pretty burnt out after that. What's going on, everyone? I hope you liked that footage, and thank you for watching. Obviously, if you've gotten to this point, then thank you for getting to this point. I wanted to continue discussing the weightlifting straps, wrist straps, which I was using in that video there, and I was mostly using it to overload, do some overload reps, and you know, the form, I don't know, I need to work on it a little bit more, especially while watching that footage. I found that I wasn't really getting as tight and getting that tension that I would have liked, especially in the sumo deadlifts that I was doing. But aside from that, you know, no big deal. It's always a work in progress, and you know, we're always just getting better every day. So that's really just the plan anyways, and I'll work on it for next session. But what I did want to do was actually talk about these straps, as I just mentioned. So here they are here, and you saw them in the video. It's by a company called Rip Toned. Now, these are my 3rd pair of straps, and the reason being is because the other pairs that I've had have pretty much gotten worn out, or just sort of frailed and torn and all that stuff, so they didn't really hold up. Now, I've only used these for that one session, but so far what I've actually noticed is they are made to last. So what I really pay attention for when it comes to weightlifting straps such as these, most of them are usually, the same. There's nothing really too special about them. The things you want to kind of look for is first the material that's actually being used for the strap itself. So this material isn't really going to tear at any point in time. Like it's pretty thick. I'll even give it a little here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's pretty strong. And another thing about these is the stitching. So you want to really pay close attention to the actual stitching here, and especially after, it's kind of hard to see because it's dark, but after a session, just to see if the stitching has started to come out. So it hasn't in these ones, and it's not like I was going easy on them, and I won't continue to, or I won't go easy on them going forward. So you know what, the stitching held up really nicely. Finally, what I like to look for in these straps is something that has a decent amount of padding here. So like kind of this like thick padding that you see here, and even how the padding itself is stitched on is really important. So I don't want to see any frail pieces. You see a tiny little piece there, but it's not coming off or anything like that. But to have some decent padding for support for the wrists, obviously, so that it's not just, this material isn't just tearing into your skin. So it's really important, and that's why I wanted to show you this product up close, just so you could have a look at all this stuff, because it's kind of hard to tell in the video. And I think you pretty much know how to use weightlifting straps. You sort of just take them, put them through this loop here, and then you kind of just slide them right onto your wrist like that. So when you're wrapping around the bar, you just kind of spin this around the bar, and then boom, deadlift. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about. In addition to that, I was actually talking to the company, this strap company, Ripped Tone, and they were interested in doing a giveaway to you guys. So I'm always down for that, especially when companies are on board with it. I always try to push to do giveaways because these companies have lots of products, and I think it's really important to get that product out there and get people to try it. So what we're doing in this case is actually going to give away a pair of these weightlifting straps. Now they actually have a few different types, and they're like thickness changes and whatnot, and some are for women. But what we're going to do is give away just these straight up black ones, just for normal wrists. They're probably the most common in terms of, I don't know, just the most people are going to be able to use these ones here. You don't need the other ones, unless you have tiny wrists or something like that. But check out their website, link in the description below. The one thing about this giveaway though is that it's only going to be for people in the United States. That could change in the future. Comment down below if you're not in the United States and you would like to see a giveaway for weightlifting straps, or I usually do things that are worldwide, but in this particular case it's only going to be US, unfortunately. But yeah, comment down below, let me know if you want me to try and get this sent to you worldwide, because who knows, might be able to work something out and get you a pair of these if you're in another country. But otherwise, if you're in the United States and you'd like to participate in this giveaway, comment down below, let me know what you plan on using these straps for. Are you going to use them for deadlifts? Are you going to use them for bent over rows? Are you going to use them for farmer's carries and cool things like that? So comment down below, let me know. If you're going to use them for something like deadlifts, tell me, I don't know, give me a little bit more information about where you're at with your deadlift. So like hit me up with your body weight or something, and maybe your current one rep max, or give me like your rep PRs, like a 5 rep max, or your 3 rep max or something like that. Just so I know where you're at. It's kind of cool to see where different people are progressing. That's pretty much it. That's all I want to talk about. Really pleased with these straps, and I'll continue to use them. Hope I can send some out to you if you're in the United States. Thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, and share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment down below if you're going to participate, and I'll see you again next time. Take it easy.